Hi, this is Mike from the Minnesota State Bar Association, here again to chat about some of the features available on the communities at my.minbar.org that might help you collaborate with your colleagues as you're working remotely, working from home, as you're sheltering in place. Today, I want to chat about some of the features that might help you develop documents or other resources together using the library features in the communities. What I've got up here now is the practice law developers community, and like all communities available at my.minbar, you've got these common tabs running across the top. So the community home tab just gives you the latest activity. The discussions gives you a list of the most recent discussion posts in reverse chronological order. You've got events now. The developers here haven't had a recent event, but easy enough to add one. For this community alone, I can click the green add event and create a webinar here or some other event where folks can register to participate with their community. And then there's also the members directory tab, so I can identify the folks who are participating in this group. There's also the library tab, which I'm going to go to next. And you'll see that there's not a ton of discussion going on here. If you compare this to, say, the Solo Small community, where there are something like 13,000 discussion posts among the 1,300 member participants, this pales in comparison. Part of the reason for that is that most of the activity here is taking place in the library, where our developers are reviewing resources before they get published to the practice law library. And just let's take a quick look at the folders here. You can see that it's just a simple directory structure here. It's a simple matter of clicking on the folder you wish to review, and on the right-hand side, those folders' contents will appear. Now, in this case, I've clicked the Cabin Trust folder. There's just one document in here. I'm going to double click on that to load this content. And you can see the landing page here at the document includes a little space for description, a link to the document, and some comments and other related links that we can add at the bottom. Now, in this case, I entered just a little bit of information. The authors in this case, the participants were former student, now attorney Gloria Hand, and her supervising attorney, David Ness, who created this form for us, which is now in practice law. Now, in this case, what we have is a document, but this document is actually a hyperlink that takes us to a shared editable document. So anyone with this link actually can edit this document. You can see here that, as I type in, it's easy enough for me to edit this document. So it's a great way to share this content. And what we'll do here is just allow for a period of time anyone to come in here and edit this document and work on it together. Now, there's some general rules of thumb if you're operating this way. Most importantly, I think typically what we encourage folks to do is not to edit or revise the content directly without first making a comment on the document, which is a simple matter of highlighting the text that you're concerned with and then clicking the plus box to the right. And this is in a Google Docs that we're using here. But then just to type in then, what about a certain language that you might wish to include here, and then click the comment button. That'll then be reviewable by the other editors of this particular document. And rather than swapping discussion posts back and forth, you can edit this document right in place just using a simple Google Doc. The platform really is just meant to direct our users to this particular resource. But most of the conversation is at the starting point, beginning with a conversation on the document itself. Now, later you might wish to obviously move this into a more locked down version. And of course, you can then save that document as a Word document. For example, and then upload that, in which case you'd have a little Word icon here and the ability to download that document. And of course, you can still comment on it. There is the options here at the bottom. If I click Add, I can make a comment, but it's a little bit more locked down. Somebody's got to review this before a formal edit is made to the actual the Word document in that case. This is a feature that I like quite a bit. Oftentimes I'll be in the practice law library and I'll see a comment on a document, and I get notified when those comments are made. So it's a great resource. If there's a revision that's needed or an update or a broken link, it's nice to get those comments so we can keep that resource up to date. Another great way to sort of post a message in the communities using the comments feature on the documents landing page. Of course, these documents, these landing pages might include multiple kinds of documents. It doesn't need to include just a single document, but it might be a collection of documents. And it's quite a simple matter of adding these documents. I'll go back to the library here. And it's a simple matter of just clicking the new button here under the folder content. So select the folder you'd like to upload to, click the new button, and then just follow the prompts. It's quite simple. Give it a title. Give it a in-depth description. Too often, and I'm as guilty of this as anyone, it's great to provide a good deal of information about the document. Tell folks what they're about to download. That way they don't have to it gives them a good preview. They don't have to download the document before they understand what it's about. I recommend if you're using this feature, make sure you give it a nice, good long description so folks know what they're about to download and review and use. You have all kinds of options to upload. That Google Doc, for example, was a hyperlink to a Google Doc. So you can add hyperlinks to other resources that are available just elsewhere on the internet. Typically, folks are going to be using the standard file upload. That's the most common, of course, for all kinds of files. It could be a PDF, a video. It could be any other kind of document, a Word document or a PowerPoint presentation, whatever you like. Most file formats can be uploaded. You can even do webinars and include the video there, and just a easy tool to upload YouTube videos as well. And it's just a matter of following the prompts after that. Very simple process for getting a document into that library folder. And as I say, you can upload multiple documents. If there's a collection or a set and it makes sense to collect those in a single place, go ahead and do that. And then if they're the same document but multiple versions, you can also do a little simple version management here as well. Now, when you go through that upload process, when you're doing that standard file upload, all you need to do for the system to recognize it as a version is just to give it the same file name. So if I were to upload a new document, if I were to go to actions here and then edit and add in a new document, as long as I called it civil complaint and it was a doc file, it would recognize that as a new version and updates this button here just to the right. This is a great little feature. I can see a little directory now of the versions of this particular document, and I can download an older version, or I can even delete if I want to. A prior version, a great way to sort of collect and memorialize prior versions of a particular document. The other management feature I'm sometimes asked about is the ability to sort of approve an upgrade or a revision to a document. Now, in this case, what I've done is just dropped in a quick image file with a hyperlink so that that'll take me to the ability to vote. So, for example, maybe I need to approve this version for publication of practice law, and I can just collect a vote and then submit my answer. You could also do that in the comments as well. Add in, just a note. Everyone will be notified that it's now ready for submission. Everybody's got to vote on it before it's ready to advance to the next level. So you could do that through, Google Form or SurveyMonkey or whatever tool, whatever you can add in as a hyperlink. keeping in mind, of course, that these also can be permissioned based. So if it's only open to a handful of folks to make that decision, you can make sure that when you set up your Google form or your other using your other form tool, you can set the proper permissions for that, so not everyone has direct access to that. But that's a quick overview of the library resources and some tips for managing your library entries and collaborating using the library feature at the communities at my.minbar.org. As always, you are welcome to contact me directly for any questions about this video or any of our other online resources from the State Bar Association. Give me a call. I can be reached at 612-278-6336. Thanks.